Few cars have captured the imagination of the world quite like the DeLorean DMC-12. It was meant to revolutionize the automotive industry, a stainless steel masterpiece designed by a visionary who defied convention. Yet, despite its promise, the car became one of the most infamous failures in history. However, failure wasn't the end of the story. Against all odds, the DeLorean rose from the ashes of obscurity to become a legend, immortalized in pop culture and cherished by collectors. This is the unbelievable story of the DeLorean, one of ambition, innovation, scandal, and an unexpected rebirth. Before we dive into this roller coaster of a journey, don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating automotive stories and deep dives into the world of cars. John DeLorean, the maverick who wanted more. To understand the story of the DeLorean, we must first look at the man behind it, John Zachary DeLorean. He wasn't just another executive in Detroit. He was a rebel, visionary, and a man with an undeniable knack for shaking up the automotive industry. Before founding the DeLorean Motor Company, DMC, John DeLorean had already made his mark at General Motors, GM. He was instrumental in creating some of the most iconic muscle cars of the 1960s, including the legendary Pontiac GTO. He climbed the ranks of GM quickly, becoming the youngest division head in the company's history. But despite his success, DeLorean wasn't content. He believed the automotive industry had become stagnant, weighed down by bureaucracy and outdated ideas. In 1973, he made a bold decision. He walked away from GM to pursue his dream, building a revolutionary sports car that would be unlike anything the world had ever seen. It would be futuristic, sleek, and engineered with safety in mind. Most importantly, it would bear his name. The birth of the DeLorean DMC-12. The DeLorean Motor Company, DMC, was founded in 1975 with a simple yet ambitious goal: to create a car that was not only fast and stylish, but also fuel-efficient and safe. To make this dream a reality, DeLorean enlisted the help of famed Italian designer Giorgetto Giugiaro, known for designing some of the most beautiful cars of the era. The result was the DMC-12, an instantly recognizable coupe with gull-wing doors, a brushed stainless steel body, and a futuristic design that seemed decades ahead of its time. However, innovation came at a cost. To keep production costs low, DeLorean turned to Colin Chapman, the founder of Lotus Cars, for help. Chapman reworked the car's engineering, basing it on a Lotus Esprit chassis. The DMC-12 was powered by a 2.85-liter V6 engine, developed in collaboration with Peugeot, Renault, and Volvo. Unfortunately, this engine produced just 130 horsepower, a far cry from the high-performance machine DeLorean had envisioned. Despite these compromises, the car had everything needed to turn heads. The stainless steel body panels ensured it would never rust, and the iconic gull-wing doors made it look like something straight out of a science fiction movie. Yet, while the car was a masterpiece in design, production challenges would prove to be its downfall. Production nightmares and financial troubles. One of the biggest mistakes DeLorean made was choosing Belfast, Northern Ireland, as the manufacturing location. The British government provided funding, but the region was in the middle of political turmoil, known as the Troubles. This led to constant delays, inexperienced workers, and poor quality control. When the DMC-12 finally hit the market in 1981, it was priced at around $25,000, significantly more expensive than its competitors like the Chevrolet Corvette. Worse still, the car's performance didn't match its looks. Its 0 to 60 miles per hour time of over 10 seconds was sluggish for a sports car, and its handling was nowhere near as refined as DeLorean had hoped. As sales failed to meet expectations, DMC quickly found itself in financial trouble. The company was bleeding money, and John DeLorean was desperate for a way to keep his dream alive. The FBI sting that ended it all. As DMC's financial troubles deepened, John DeLorean made a desperate move that led to his downfall. In 1982, he was arrested in an FBI sting operation, accused of attempting to smuggle $24 million worth of cocaine to fund his struggling company. The high-profile case turned into a media spectacle, further damaging the DeLorean brand. However, in a surprising twist, DeLorean was acquitted after his defense successfully argued that he had been entrapped by the government. Despite the legal victory, the scandal had already sealed DMC's fate. The company collapsed, and production of the iconic DMC-12 was halted after only 9,000 units were built. While DeLorean's name became synonymous with controversy, his futuristic car would later achieve cult status, immortalized in pop culture as a symbol of innovation and ambition, despite the dramatic fall of its creator. The unexpected rise to legend. Back to the future. Most cars that fail in the market fade into obscurity, but the DeLorean story was far from over. Just a few years after DMC went bankrupt, Hollywood came knocking. In 1985, Back to the Future, directed by Robert Zemeckis and starring Michael J. Fox, hit theaters, and with it, the DeLorean became a cinematic icon. In the film, the DMC-12 was transformed into a time machine, and its gull-wing doors and stainless steel body gave it the perfect futuristic look. Audiences around the world fell in love with the car, and overnight, the DeLorean was no longer a failure. It was a pop culture phenomenon. The DeLorean revival, a second chance at life. Though John DeLorean never regained control of his company, the DeLorean name continued to live on. In the 1990s, the DeLorean Motor Company name was revived by a Texas-based entrepreneur who acquired the remaining inventory of parts. This allowed enthusiasts to restore and maintain their DMC-12s, keeping the legend alive. In recent years, the DeLorean has experienced a resurgence in popularity. With nostalgia for the 1980s at an all-time high, demand for the DMC-12 has skyrocketed. Well-maintained models now sell for upwards of $100,000, proving that what was once a commercial failure has become a cherished classic. And the story doesn't end there. In 2022, the DeLorean Motor Company announced plans to release a new DeLorean, a fully electric sports car called the DeLorean Alpha 5. Inspired by the original DMC-12, the Alpha 5 features modern technology while paying tribute to the past. Failure or legend? The legacy of the DeLorean. So, was the DeLorean a failure or a legend? The answer is both. From a business perspective, the DeLorean Motor Company collapsed in spectacular fashion, becoming one of the most infamous failures in automotive history. But from a cultural standpoint, the car has achieved legendary status, beloved by fans and collectors worldwide. John DeLorean's dream of creating a groundbreaking car may not have gone as planned, but his vision still changed the industry. The DMC-12's iconic design, futuristic appeal, and Hollywood fame have cemented its place in history, proving that sometimes failure is just the beginning of something greater. What do you think about the DeLorean? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible automotive stories.